Happy Monday, students. I've had some emails and comments to create a video to stretch in the morning. So this could be, you've been sleeping for 8 to 9 hours, or maybe you're someone that uses a wheelchair and you've been seated in your wheelchair for an extended period of time. I know a lot of teachers and students are now required to do online learning on their computers. So maybe you're sitting and doing a lot of learning for an extended period of time and it's time for a break. So I am also in grad school right now. Mr. Young is working on his principal license, and as part of my principal license work, I have to type a lot of papers. So I was doing a lot of typing yesterday, and just for a little bit, I kind of moved around in my chair. I was like, oh, my back is really getting stiff. So I wanted to create this video today as a way, if you're a chair user or not a chair user, you can do this seated in a chair, and it'll help stretch your legs and your lower back. There's lots of different stretches that you can do while seated in a chair. I'm going to upload more later on in the week, or maybe a week from now. But just to start, this is going to target your hips and your back. So first things first, we want to focus on posture. I should also take a moment and point out that over on this corner, just over the edge of the camera, Otter is hanging out, and over on this edge is Gus. So you might hear either some barking or some crying. Don't be alarmed. It's just my two producers, who I'm sure you're going to see lots of over this break. But if they make any noise, don't be alarmed. So when we talk about posture, right, I want to make sure when I'm seated in my chair that I have a nice 90 degrees in my legs, okay? And I also have a nice 90 degree from my hips to my back. So I have nice straight posture. I'm sitting up nice and tall. When I breathe in, I want to breathe in through my nose and then use my diaphragm and breathe out through my belly. Some really good belly breaths. So again, it's in 1, 2, 3, out 1, 2, 3. In, and you should really feel those lungs open up. And as I breathe out, I want to try to a deep belly breath, as if my diaphragm is pushing all that breath out of my lungs. So we're just going to start. Now, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to follow along perfectly with this video. I just wanted to give you a sense and idea of what you can do in the mornings to get up and stretch in your chair. So if you're someone that uses a chair, you might, to give yourself a little more room for some of these, to do some twisting, you might have to move to the edge of your chair. So you're moving your seat bones forward, so you're at the edge of your wheelchair, so that you can have a nice flat foot position and 90-degree bend in your knees. You might be able to do this on your foot plate. Sometimes foot plates get our legs up a little higher, so that's why you might have to scoot to your chair to get a nice flat position. Okay? So we're in that nice flat position. We're going to breathe in and out. And just for time purposes, I'm going to do the example of kind of the rotation of exercises or positions for 3 breaths in and out. So we just did 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in and go up onto our toes. I know it's kind of hard to see. I have black socks on, but my toes are gray. So hopefully you can see as I breathe in, I'm going up onto my toes, and as I breathe out, 2, 3, I go down. Breathe in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Now that might be difficult if you have orthotic or braces. Just focus on trying to get your legs up onto the balls of your feet if you can. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. And like I said, I'm going to demonstrate for 3 breath cycles. You can do this for 5 breath cycles, 10 breath cycles. Try to figure out what you feel is an appropriate amount of time and focus on each stretch for you. You might need longer if you're more tight in your back. Or maybe if you're not so, you just got done doing some activity and you're loose and good to go, then you don't need to do it for quite as many breaths. Okay, so after we've done our 3, down, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're just going to lift up our leg. Okay, and see if you can do some foot circles. I almost said arm circles, foot circles. Okay, we can do plantar and dorsiflexion. Okay. Now, I am still focused on my breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth while I do this. If you start to feel some tightness, it's okay to put your leg down. And you can also do it this way. But if you can, try to hold it up. Okay, and after we do one side, we always want to do the other. So we're going to lift up our other foot, do some leg circles. Another thing you could do the A, B, so draw out the letters with your foot as if your toe was the tip of a paintbrush and you're painting the letters. Or you could do the circles, or you could do the plantar and dorsiflexion. That's where we point our toe towards our body and then we point it away from our body. Okay, and again, if you get tired, it's okay to put your foot down, take a little break. You could either do it if it's takes too much energy to keep it up. You can do it on the ground like this or on your foot plate. You can also, if you can though, try to lift it up. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna give our leg, we're gonna put our hands and kind of interlock them here. And we're gonna bring our leg up towards our chest. And I'm still, you can see here, I'm still maintaining that posture even though I bring my leg up. So we're gonna breathe in, out, 2, 3, breathe in, out, 2, 3. And again, you could hold this for longer if you'd like. Okay, let that leg go back down. Okay, now we're going to do our other one. This is going to stretch out the front of our hips. It'll also stretch into the inner thigh area a little bit. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lift my leg up and see if I can get my foot to go on the other side of my leg. So my foot's over here, it's on top. Now if I can, I'm going to really try to open up my hips and make a nice flat kind of tabletop with my inside of my leg here. Now I'm not pushing down on my knee, I'm just keeping it nice and flat. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Now we're going to try to get a good, I feel like I'm getting a little tight. Again, it's okay to take a break, wiggle the legs out at any time. You don't need to follow along perfectly to this video, but after you do some of these motions in the morning, 2 or 3 days in a row, they'll become kind of part of your routine and you'll remember them easier so you won't have to follow along. There's baby Gus. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm reaching down towards the floor with my hand, and what that is doing is really giving my back and my side of my hip a good stretch. Maybe you could do this in front of a mirror or in front of an iPad or a computer screen, something where you can see yourself on the video camera. That way you can see with each breath when you go down, how far down towards the ground you go. Hey Gus! Hey Gus! What's with the fuss? Okay, so now I'm going to do my other side. I'm going to bring my left foot over. And again, I'm going to try to get that hip and knee. I'm not pushing down, but I'm trying to create a flat surface. So I want to hold this. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. In through my nose. Out through my mouth. Okay, so after I've done 3 to 5 different breath cycles, now what I'm going to try to do again is I'm going to try to take this hand, I'm going to go down towards the floor. If you really wanted to get kind of like a triangle stretch in here, you can also lift your arm up towards the ceiling for an added challenge. Okay, that's going to stretch out more of your shoulders. So again, I'm looking at the computer screen or the camera screen to see, can I get down towards that toe even more? And again, that's stretching the outside of my hip. So after I've held that for 3 to 5 breath cycles, I'm going to go down. Okay, and it's okay to adjust your seat bones. Okay, get so you feel comfortable. But again, maintaining that 90-degree position in the knees and also the back. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a corkscrew twist. So my right arm is going to kind of go over the back of my chair, or I can put it behind my own back here, and then I'm gonna grab the side of my chair with my opposite hand. And so what that's doing is giving me a nice twist. You can also put your hand up on the back of your chair and give a little more of a push to get more of a twist in. So that's really good for our back. It helps open up our lungs as well. And so I'm just breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth. And then before you switch sides and twist the other way, it's always good to get the wiggles. Try to loosen everything up. Okay, so now I'm going to twist with my left hand. I'm going to grab the right side of my chair. Again, you might have to move up towards the front of your chair. And with my right hand, I'm going on the back of my chair and I'm giving it a little push. In through my nose, out through my mouth. In through my nose, out through my mouth. Okay? So now we've stretched up through our back. We've done our hips to about here. I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to continue to upload more videos that will target from here up. So mainly our neck and our shoulders. But right now, baby Gus just took a tumble and I need to go help him. So stay tuned. Just from that little bit of stretching, I can already feel it in my hips and my back, feel much looser than when I started this video. So I hope that helps you too, get rid of some of those digital cramps that you're getting in your back. So stay tuned for my next video and I'll show you how to loosen up the shoulders, back, and neck, and arms. Have a good day.